The skies above Zorath 7 had once been filled with hope. The Zorathians, a technologically advanced alien race, had long been peaceful, priding themselves on their knowledge of the stars and the harmonious way they lived. But when the brutal Korans, invaders from beyond the galaxy, arrived, the Zorathians' world was thrown into chaos. The Korans were a terrifying force. Their fleet of massive warships, armed with weapons capable of turning entire planets to dust, had easily overwhelmed Zorath 7's defenses. For months, the Zorathians fought valiantly, using every trick they knew. But it became clear that they could not win. The Korans were too powerful, their ships too numerous. In the war room of the Zorathian High Command, despair hummed thick in the air. Commander Tsalora, a tall, stern woman with sharp violet eyes, stared at the holographic display before her. The map of the planet and its surrounding space showed red blotches. Koran's ships, closing in on Zorath 7's last remaining stronghold. "We can't hold out much longer," Tsalora muttered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the room's machinery. The Zorathians had tried everything. Their most powerful weapon, a planet-destroying energy beam, had been rendered useless by the Korans' ability to absorb energy. Every defensive measure had failed, and with each passing day, more cities fell to the invaders. Then, the unthinkable happened. A message arrived, garbled and distant, cutting through the static of deep space. Tsalora's team scrambled to decipher it, but the words that emerged were both strange and familiar. "To the defenders of Zorath 7, this is Earth. We have heard your cries for help. Reinforcements are on the way." Tsalora blinked, her mind trying to process the message. Earth. A planet she had only heard of in passing, from ancient texts about a race called humans. "Is this some kind of trick?" she asked, her voice laced with suspicion. Her advisors were just as confused, but they had no time to question the authenticity of the message. The Korans were closing in faster than ever, and their fleet was preparing to attack the last of the Zorathian strongholds. "Send a response," Tsalora ordered. "Thank them and tell them we need their help, no matter who they are." Days passed, and the Zorathians braced for the worst. Then, just as all hope seemed lost, something massive appeared on the edge of the system, a fleet of enormous ships, far larger than anything the Zorathians had seen before. They were unlike any alien vessels the Zorathians had ever encountered. The ship's designs were sleek, with lines of glowing blue and red that seemed to pulse with power. Tsalora stared in disbelief as the fleet of human dreadnoughts appeared in the sky. "Impossible," she whispered. This is Earth's fleet." The human ships were colossal, each one capable of holding millions of soldiers, fighters, and countless weapons. The sheer size and power of these vessels were overwhelming. The Zorathians had never seen anything like it. "Commander, the humans are opening communications," a technician said. Tsalora stood tall as a new message appeared on the holographic screen. The voice that came through was calm and confident, with an unmistakable human accent. "This is Admiral Rebecca Sloan of the Terran Dreadnought Fleet," the voice said. "We've arrived to assist you in your fight against the Korans. Stand by for immediate engagement. We are not alone." The Zorathians could hardly believe it. These humans, who had no known history of space warfare, had arrived in the nick of time. The Korans' fleet was already within striking distance, preparing to bombard the planet's surface. But the humans were ready. With a swift order from Admiral Sloan, the human fleet moved into position. The dreadnoughts opened fire, their weapons unleashing waves of energy that tore through the Korans' ships with ease. The Korans had never seen weapons like these before. Their energy shields faltered and shattered under the relentless assault. Tsalora watched in awe as the humans' firepower decimated the Korans' forces. The Korans tried to retaliate, but their weapons barely scratched the human ships. The Zorathians, who had been on the brink of surrender, now saw their enemies' defeat in real time. The battle raged for hours, but the outcome was never in doubt. With the humans' superior technology and unyielding strength, the Korans' ships began to crumble. One by one, they fell, their immense warships exploding in brilliant bursts of light. "Admiral Sloan," Tsalora said over the comms, "you've saved us. But why? Why did you come?" The human admiral's voice came through, calm and reassuring. "We didn't come to save you, Commander. We came because we never leave our own behind. Humanity's motto is simple. No one fights alone. We've faced the Corans before, and we know they won't stop unless they're completely defeated." Solora's heart swelled with gratitude. She had heard of human resolve in ancient stories, but she had never truly understood it until now. Over the next few days, the combined forces of the Zorathians and humans cleaned up the remnants of the Corans' invasion. With their advanced technology, the human dreadnoughts took charge, leading the final assaults against the Corans' fleet and ensuring the invaders had no chance to regroup. When the last of the Corans had been destroyed, Solora stood on the battlefield, watching the human ships depart. They had not only defeated the Corans, but had saved an entire world from annihilation. "Thank you," Solora said, her voice full of admiration. "You have done the impossible." Admiral Sloane's voice came through one final time. "We're just getting started. The Corans may have learned not to mess with Earth, but we'll be ready for whatever comes next. And remember, if anyone needs help, they can always count on us." As the human fleet disappeared into the stars, Solora felt a new sense of hope for the future. The war had seemed lost, but now, with humanity's arrival, it was as if the impossible had become reality. And as long as humans were out there, no battle would ever be hopeless again.